What's going on, guys? So this is pretty much early Thursday morning. It's almost 5 a.m. and I'm currently up on my Forex account. As you can see, this is the trade setup I'm taking. This is my live account currently running, and this trade was sent to the community. This is the trade setup. This was it. It was sent 4:45 a.m. and if we look here, this is the trade running on my Forex account. So currently $450 up, and I'm looking forward to trade this to this high here on gold. Depending on how price materialize, I might close before then, or I might possibly hold. And you can see these are the early morning volatility coming out. I did talk about this on the video where I talked about how I was able to capitalize on gold, trading it all through the new all-time highs and when it was on that bullish run. And this is just it, guys. London market open is usually a very solid gem, and we'll jump right into all the details of this video, guys. Let's go. So it's another profitable week, guys, and this time around we are back on gold. So we happen to bank about 70% on gold, and this trade was a wonderful one. We took this trade alongside with the trading community. I'm going to link that in the video description. Do check out our Telegram channel so that you'll be updated when I do pick trades. Now this trade happens to be one of those ones that shaped up around my time zone and also my optimum entry area. I usually like taking trades around London pre-market open. I explained this in the video where I talked about my gold, London trading, approach and strategy, and also Asian session. Now this trade happens to shape up around 4:30 a.m. ish. I was up about around 4:15, and I had to take a few minutes to look at my charts, clear up my eyes. Of course, waking up from sleep around that moment, you will not be operating at 100% before everything will settle down and you can make informed and decisive decision. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So however, I did share this trade to the community when the confluence, the confirmation, everything has settled in. So we're going to jump right into the chart. We're going to break down what the market was looking like at the time, where we're able to scope in our entry. Our initial target was not where we took profit from because of how the market shaped up. All of these things, we're going to look at it shortly. So yeah, we have gold on my screen, and currently we have gold trying to gain momentum from this region. So there could actually be some possible buys before this week runs out. This week is actually the NFP and FOMC week, right? But we'll get into that much later in the video. So gold was trading around these levels at the time when we took the trade. Let me use my real line tool for more precision. We're trading right around this region. So but then let's take a look at the daily chart and see what we had before everything shifted. So looking at the daily charts here, gold has been struggling to get some buy momentum after we hit these lows here, and this was largely because the US shutdown was trying to settle in. Things were trying to settle in. The tariff war also started cooling down. Deals were being made and stuff like that. So this was as a result of all of those things, gold tanked, and we started creating this choppy price movement. Initially, if we look at the lower time frame, look at the 4-hour, we'll be seeing some signs here that we might actually go lower, but because of we have lots of unclear economic data now, we didn't go lower. Price happened to gain enough momentum to start buying to the upside. So aside what was the build up before this here, if you look at this region here, this here was another key significant zone in the market. This one was another key significant zone. Then this one that's all the way up here. So I'm also going to attach my screen setup at the time, how it was, and how we're able to get entry and the after as well, before and after, every other thing like that. So at the time, price was here. So if we take this replay toolbar all the way here, price was here at the time. I missed my first entry because I was not so confident about it. Price was getting towards this high, and it looked like we've had this major drop, pullback, drop, a bigger, formation to go lower. So I was more like looking towards the sell side, but price did not commit to the sell side. After we, had this breakout, I was waiting for price to give some degree of pullback for me to take longs, which eventually did play out. So I'll have to like slow down this bar replay too. So price started shaking up, and if you look at the 1 hour, on the 1 hour chart here, this was what I was looking for. So after this major breakout in price here, I was waiting for some kind of formation to get on the buy side in the market. Okay, so but then because of I missed this previous move here, this is playing out too fast. I missed out this previous move here. I wasn't able to get on this buy side because after this breakout, we had a major pullback, and you can see we had this impulsive move up. Now, I missed that one. However, I was keeping a close eye. Before I went to bed, I reanalyze the market, which is one of my routine. I have my routine before going to bed, and also when I wake up, it makes my whole process of trading much more optimized. So waking up, I found price around this region. We've had this major push, retrace, and we're back around this high here. So more like trying to trade the breakout. Okay, remember this was around 4:30 a.m. ish. So we got our entry right around this price point here, and I took my profit around here. But before taking profit there, this was what I was eyeballing. I was essentially aiming for these highs here. That price might go straight towards the size, and also if there's anything that's going to stop price, maybe it might be this structural level, just not too far from the all-time high. So give or take, I was expecting this, but when price started playing out, I started seeing some lack of liquidity, or will I say the market lacked momentum basically. So we started slowing down. I took my profits here, and I was more than okay with that because I got a good entry. In as much as I got that entry, we had some back and forth here. Price came back to my entry twice. I was floating around $700 at the time. Price came back to my entry. I was around -15, and it went back up to around 300, came back again to my entry before it finally commit. So the reason why I was able to stomach this was, number one, I did not over leverage on my entry, on my position. Number two, the entry was good. The entry was actually giving me that realization, that enough room to be able to hold all through all those crazy pullbacks coming back to my entry. But on my live account, my personal live account, I was not able to hold that because of I didn't get that entry immediately. My first entry was on my funded account before I did open position on my personal live account. So that's about it. So there's also one other thing I want to touch on here, which is like the trade management. Now, because of the entry was taken pre-London market open, the management was much easier on my funded account than on my live account. I had to close that trade and just focus on my funded account. Now, the other thing I also want to mention is not every time we'll get that pre-London market open where price might just take off like this. There are other scenarios where price might dump, come back to this structural low for this choppy price movement before it takes off. I'm pretty much very aware of it, but then because I got the confirmation to get in, I got in. But then I had it at the back of my mind that might happen, and I'm prepared for it basically. So that's like the thought process between trade management and all of that. Now, the other thing also to note is the same way you were able to get a good entry, it makes your trade management easier. It makes you be able to stomach some pullbacks. But if you got an entry but that entry was not your kind of optimum entry, you struggle with the rest basically. So that's pretty much it. So next week we will be looking forward to see how it unfolds. But I am not having any intentions of placing any more trades on my friend account, as I want to keep that one out of my way while I focus on other trading accounts. And the goal here is to get the payouts. So that's just one of those things I do to consistently get those payouts from my friend account. Now, by the way, with all being said, this week we'll be looking at FOMC and NFP data to be released. So as you can see here, gold is slowly picking up some momentum here, and I love the fact that price is shaping up nicely. So one thing I want to expect from gold is I want to see all those lower time frames formation. If we do get any of them, I'll be more than happy to take on those trades on other accounts. So that will pretty much what we have for this week, guys. So if you do enjoy content like this, once again, do make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification, and I will see you on the next one, guys. Keep it simple.